Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So I hope all of you are doing well, and as we have completed the previous chapter, that was the about number conversion, and in which we have done all the exercise and the conversion questions. So I hope you have gone through those and we have revised these questions as well. So as we have told that today we are going to start our next chapter. So here it is. So in the today's class we will see about the some features of MS Excel. So let us see what is all we are going to study in this chapter, and this is also going to be very interesting as well as you will learn various new things. So in Microsoft Excel, first we will see what Microsoft Excel is, the basic other definition of that. Then we will see how to use the formula and functions in this Microsoft Excel. As we know that this Microsoft Excel is used for various calculations. We can create report cards, clear. Then also for some business purpose, there are for example, if you want to calculate the loan term, if you are having any loan, if you want to find that on certain interest, if some certain amount is to be required to be paid to the bank, so this can be seen by these terms like loan terms, clear. Then there is one more term related to this, that is to find the goal C, clear. These terms we will see, and we will also find that how to use these features in Excel. Then we will use some mathematical things like square roots and product, as we study in the maths also. So these things also we will be going to see in Microsoft Excel using some formulas, clear. Then there are conditional sum, generating a series, if you want to write a table of a number, clear. So you don't need to use the formula every time. You will use the formula for one or two cells, and when you will apply that and drag down, it will be applied everywhere in all the cells. Okay, next is understanding database list. So database list is an important term which we will see, which is related to the databases, that how Microsoft Excel is going to be used as saving the data in the form of database list. Then next is creating database table. So about these things, about the database, the various terms related to that, like records and columns, we will see about these in this chapter. Then editing the records, if any pre-existing data is there, how we are going to change that and edit and modify those things. Then data validation rules. What are data validations rule? These are, suppose someone wants to write some data, if you want to some if you want to enter some data in the Microsoft Excel sheet, so you can use some certain validation rules. On the basis of those validation rules, only then the data is verified, only then it can be entered in the Excel sheet. Next is sorting records. So sorting is arranging the records, clear. If there is the name of the students in the class, if you want to arrange that in a alphabetical order, or if it is the marks of the student of the different classes, if you want to arrange it in the decreasing of order of the marks obtained by the students, that can be done using these sorting records feature, clear. Then filtering and auto filter options will be there. We will see about all these things. So this chapter is going to be very important and interesting as well. Okay, so whatever the topic which we will see, we will also do it practically so that you can easily understand the things. Okay, so let us come to the first topic, that is Microsoft Excel. Okay, so we can read also. So Microsoft Excel is the most important spreadsheet program in the market today. Now the term here comes spreadsheet. So we will see what is the meaning of spreadsheet. Clear? So there are various spreadsheet programs in which the Microsoft Excel is very popular and very important. Okay. So now this spreadsheet actually means any program or software where you are using the you can say the seed form, the rows and column forms in which the data we are saving, and we can also use various mathematical, you can say mathematical formulas, functions to, you can say, perform on the data to modify the data. Clear? So these programs are called as spreadsheet program. Then you can use Excel to work with numbers. Obviously this Excel can be used for various things. We can feed the data which can have the text as well as the numbers. In fact, whenever you use numbers, calculating taxes, maintaining a budget, inventories, price list, expenses and expenditures or anything else. Clear? So what all can be used by using these numbers? By using the numbers we can calculate taxes. Clear? So this can be very beneficial for the various economic forms or the various tax forms where the taxation or various other things are done related to the income of the person and various other related things. Then maintaining a budget, if you want to keep a track of the budget and the expenditure of personal needs, or if there is any economic firm, any company, so that can also be done using these spreadsheet programs. Then inventories, what are inventories? If any there is any uh, company or a shop, so there is different items in the shop, so this all can be uh, kept in a, you can say, in a file or in a program where you have the list of these things. Then price list, obviously if you are having the inventory we can manage the price list. Then expenses and expenditure related to these it can be for a personal or can be also for a business firm. Clear? So this all can be done using the spreadsheet program. Excel can help make your work easier, quicker and more accurate. Okay, so how much beneficial is the Excel? We can do the things very quickly and also it will be accurate always. Clear? If you will do it manually, there is the chances for some human error, but if you will use the softwares, if you will use the Microsoft Excel, the result or the output will always be accurate if you have used the formulas correctly. Okay, you can even use Excel as a database for entering and sorting the records. Now, a database, a new term. What is a database? Database, you can say that a collection of a large amount of data at a place which is related to each other. For example, if you want to save the names of all the students of the school with their marks and various other things, so this will be a database. For any other example, if there is the railway reservation system, so when you go for booking tickets at the railway counter, reservation counter, so there also the person or the uh, clerk at that place, so he keeps the database, he manage the database and it enters all your details and it books the ticket. Clear? So this way the different related information of the persons when placed at a single place, that is called as database. Next, the real power of Excel comes from manipulating all this information. Clear? Data you enter in Excel is sorted in a file called a workbook. Clear? So what is workbook? Workbook is the file where we store the our Excel sheet. Clear? So a collection of various information in a Excel sheet is called as a workbook. Within each workbook, you can add numerous individual worksheet to hold your data. Okay, let me erase this once and then it will be clearly visible to you. Okay, so there are two terms. One is workbook and another is worksheet. So worksheet is a single sheet on which you are saving the data. And what is workbook? Workbook is the you can say workbook is a collection of various worksheet. You can relate with the notebook which you use. So as there are various pages on the in your notebook, so that is the different pages you can say is a worksheet, and workbook is the notebook. Clear? So this way you can easily relate that worksheet is the individual sheet where the data is being entered, and what is workbook? Workbook is the collective form of different worksheet. Clear? So this way the data is saved in MS Excel. Next, you can use Excel's formatting tool to make your spreadsheet data easier to read and interpret. Clear? So in the Excel or any of these softwares, there are various tools and using which we can format our data, and by formatting the data, the data can be easily represented, and you can also convert the data in various charts. Clear? Different tables, sorry, pie chart, bar graph. Clear? So there are various representation of the same data, so that all can be done using the MS Excel software. Now we will see how to start the MS Excel. So most of you have already worked as well on the MS Excel, so you already know how to start it. Let us see this once again. So before you begin working with Excel, you must open the program window. So first step is click on the start button. The start menu will appear. Then click on all programs, then Microsoft Office, then click on Microsoft Excel. So this Microsoft Excel will be within the Microsoft Office. Clear? So these are the sequential steps to start the Microsoft Excel. Or also you can directly write it. Let us we also try to open Microsoft Excel. So if I click on the search, here you can write Excel and it will show you the Microsoft Excel software. So here it is. You can see if I click on Microsoft Excel 2010, it will open you the software window. Clear? So this way we can easily open the software by following the different steps. Okay, let us erase this, and now we will see also the various operations or various uh, formulas or whatever the steps it is being explained. We will also do it practically. So here you can see this is the empty workbook. Why workbook? Because this is having different sheets in that. If I show you the software window as well, here you can see this is a single workbook in which there are having different sheets at the bottom. Here you can see it sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So now also we can add also. If we click on this, so it will you can increase the number of sheet in a single workbook. Clear? So this is a single workbook where you can add multiple sheets. Now if we come and see here, so this was the workbook. Now next is the formulas and function. So various other things about the MS Excel you have already studied in the previous classes. In class 6, as we have covered various other things about using the MS Excel. So additional other after that we are going to see the how to use the formulas and function and various other things. So let us see. You can use formulas and functions to calculate in Excel. Now what is formula and what is function? A formula is a sequence of cell reference, mathematical functions or operators of existing value to give a new value. So what is cell reference? If you recall from the previous class, cell reference is the address of a cell. In the MS Excel we have different cells in which we keep the values. So the address of that cell is called as cell reference. Do you remember? Like if this is column A and row 1, so the address will be something A5 or something like that. So these are called the cell references. So about these we are going to see that how we are going to use the cell references in the formulas and in the functions. Now a function is, we have seen what is formula. So formula is actually a sequence of cell reference where the different mathematical functions will be going to be used. Next is function. So a function is built-in formula that you can use to perform a calculation on the data in your worksheet. Clear? So what are functions? Functions are actually some built-in formulas which are already there and you can use it. Clear? Also they can be modified, you can make your own also. And what is the use of these functions? These functions are used to perform some mathematical calculation. Clear? On the data which we are using in our the worksheet. Then functions are a ready-made formula that perform a series of operations on a specified range of values. Clear? So as we seen that formulas are the ready-made functions are the ready-made formulas. Clear? It is already with the software. We are only required to use these functions. Now more than 300 functions built into Excel enable you to perform tasks of every kind. Clear? So how many functions are there? There are more than 300. Clear? And not only that, we can also make newer formulas by new functions by modifying the existing functions. So these functions, they enable us to perform the task of every kind, from adding numbers to calculating the rate of return for an investment. So from it is varying from very easy to very difficult, you can say very complex calculation as well. So the functions are going to be very important, and they are used for various, you can say, calculative and various other functions as well. We will see soon. First let us read this. A formula consists of an equal to sign, one or more functions, their arguments, operators such as division and multiplication symbols, and any other values required to get your results. Many Excel functions do special purpose financial and mathematical calculation. Clear? So in the formulas, when we will see that how to write the formula, we will see the formulas will be written with equal to sign and some functions, then some other operators, the different functions, like if I write equal to sum, then in the bracket there will be some other arguments. So these will be the structures of the formula. We are going to see it soon, that how it will look like. Clear? So this way these formulas and functions are going to be very beneficial for doing various mathematical calculations. Now first is entering a formula. So you can enter a whole formula into any cell in your worksheet. Clear? So in any of the cells these formulas can be written. A formula helps you to calculate and analyze the data in your worksheet. So using the formula you can do the calculation, as well as you can also, if you want to analyze, like if you want to like maximum value, minimum value, so this also can be done using these formulas. Clear? Now let us see and also follow some steps, and practically we will see that how we will see this formula. So first step is here, click on the cell where you want to enter a formula. Clear? So here, if there is a example in the here in the image, here you can see in the MS Excel software, this is having the records of some computer sales, computer part sales, in which the numbers of different items are there, and you want to find the total of that. Clear? So for that we will see how we are going to use the formula. So first step, it is given, type an equal to sign to begin the formula, and type the formula and then press the enter key. So here you can see it is being written equal to, then the cell references like B5, C5, these are the addresses of these cells, so these are being written. So let us try to do this very example in the software as well, then you will see. So here I have written the similar type of data, And as you can see, this is about the sales of computer parts, and in which the different names are there and the different computer items, and we will see how to find the total of that. Various other things also we will see. So as you already know that in MS Excel all the cells are having some address. For example, if I say that what is the address where the Rahul is written, so the address will be what, A5. If I click somewhere here, okay, here it is. So let me, so here I was telling you that the address are given according to the column and row. Clear? So these are all having some addresses. Clear? Now if I want to do, if you want to find the sum of these values, for example if we take the first one, that is Rahul, so let us see how we are going to write the formula. So click here, and we will start by writing the equal to sign. First we will write the equal to sign, then the address, the first address is B5. So let us write also, keep writing the different addresses of these. So first is B5, then use the plus symbol, then the next one is C5. So let us write it, C5 written. Next one is D5. Okay, D5, then next is E5. Keep on writing this, E5 plus, then we have F5. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so we have written all the addresses of the different items for Rahul. So here we have written the formula with equal to sign and the different cell address, that is the cell reference. Okay, then if I press the enter key, so we have got the total of all these values. Is it clear what we have done? We have only written a formula for finding the total of a particular person. What are the different items which we have sold? Clear? So here we have written the formula using equal to sign, and then the different address here will be of different items, and these are all being written with the plus symbol. Why? Because we are going to add this. Clear? So it is very simple. So this way we can use a formula. So this formula we have used for finding the sum of the first person, that is Rahul, and whatever all the items he has sold. Okay, let us come back to the book. So here we have seen that we have written the formula using the equal to sign. Clear? And we have written whatever the address, or the, you can say, the items which we wanted to add. Okay, now let us see how to edit a formula. So next is editing a formula. So as previously we have seen that after writing all these things, when we press the enter key, the result of the calculation appears in the cell only. So we have also done this. Now next is editing a formula. So you can edit the formula anytime by using these steps. Clear? So once you have written the formula, you can very easily you can edit that. Editing means changing or modifying the things. So double click the cells containing the formula you want to change. So wherever we have written the formula, we have to double click on that. The formula appears in the cell. Excel outlines each cell used in the formula with a different color. Clear? So here also we have seen that the different cell values which were written, so all the different cells are having a separate color. So this way you can identify that which cell is being used, and wherever you are writing, this is highlighted here as well. Clear? So this you can easily identify. Press the arrow key to move the flashing insertion point to where you want to remove or add characters. Clear? So you can use the arrow buttons from the keyboard, left, right, up and down. So here in this case we will use the left and right arrow keys. By using these arrow keys we can move the cursor or the insertion point to the point where you want to edit. Then to add where the insertion point flashes on your screen, type the data. Clear? So wherever the insertion point is there, if you want to edit or add something, by bringing the insertion point to that point, we can simply add the data by typing from the keyboard. When you finish making changes to formula, press the enter key. Clear? So after we have written whatever the value new data you want to insert, this you can after writing it, if you press the enter key, this will be changed. So let us try to here in our case as well. So if I come to the cell where we have used the formula, so we have used the formula in the total column. So here it is. So if what we have to do, we have to double click. So here we have bring the in that format. So here you can see these different cells are denoted in the formula also with different colors as well. Okay. So here we have added till F5. So if anywhere if there is any error, so if you use the cursor, you can see the insertion point is moving according to the direction or the arrow button which you are using. So if you want to change any of these, suppose it is written C5, in that of C5 if we want to write B5, so simply delete it using the delete or backspace. So here I have written B5. So B5 will actually do the addition of the cell B5 twice. So this will be wrong in our calculation. So we can change it again to C5. So let us write C5. So here we have changed and modified. So when after doing the whatever the modification you want, press the enter key again and the value or the result will be displayed to you in that cell only. Clear? So this way we have seen how to use the formula and how to edit that, how to modify if there is any change you want to do in that cell. Okay, next let us see. Next is using average, max and min functions. So these are the different mathematical things which we apply in the maths as well. So let us read this also and see how this we are going to use in our Excel sheet. So suppose you want to calculate the average, the highest and lowest sale of computer parts sold by different persons from the range G5 to G14. So here is the cell reference now. Clear? So what does it mean? Here you can see here the column is G. If you see the example in this case which is given in the book, so the column is G and the different names are ranging from row 5 to row 14. Clear? So that is why it was written G5 to G14. Clear? So means it is going to find that in all these cells which is in all these sale of the different item, who has done the maximum, who has done the minimum. Then if you want to find the average or the different other things, we can do using these functions. Okay, so if we come again to the paragraph, let us see and read this once again. So what all we can do, you can find the average, the highest, that is the maximum, and the lowest sale of the computer parts, and this is from the range. So whenever we are talking about the range, this range will be denoted with the dot symbol in between. In the previous class also we have seen that in the Excel whenever we are using the range feature, so in that the range will be denoted with the colon in between, and the beginning address and the ending address will be there. This will be denoting the range. You can use the formulas like you can use the functions like average, max and min. So here for all these operations, that is average, highest and lowest, we are going to use the functions which are the functions which are average, max and mean. So these are the names of the functions which we will use. All functions begin with an equal sign and include the argument with parenthesis. So as we have earlier seen also, that when we have used the addition, so there also we have written equal to sign. Clear? So again, we are, when we will see the function, how to use the function, we will see that these functions will also begin with the equal to sign. Clear? And with the equal sign, there will be some values arguments in the parenthesis. So with this equal sign, we will use a bracket after the function name. For example, here there is a function which is written like equal to average, then in the parenthesis this is the range. So first we have to write the equal symbol, the first it is written here as well, the equal to symbol, then the name of the function. Clear? The name of the function here is average, and in the parenthesis, that is in the bracket, we are writing the range, that is the address range from the beginning to the starting. Clear? The function name is average and the argument is the range G5 to G14. So this is how we will use the different functions. So in the coming class, we will see how to apply these functions, and we will find the maximum, minimum and various other functions as well. So if you have gone through these examples also, and if you have PC at home, you can try doing these the mathematical things which we have just done. Okay, and if you don't have, then also you don't need to worry, we are doing the practical thing as well along with the reading of this, so you can pause the video and watch it wherever you have confusion. Okay, so till then, read the things and let us meet in the next class with some more additional features of this Excel, and further we will see and learn the new things. Okay, thank you everyone.